Uh, Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. Um, just so much problems with the load shedding that has hit South Africa. So if you're not from the spots, you probably don't know what load shedding is. It's basically a power outage where the main power source Eskom shuts us down and whatnot. So to all of you, welcome to the stream. I do apologize from the start already with this craziness that's going on. The game is brought to you live. I've lowered the quality. I don't know, some of the servers that I've joined on from Twitch just does not work. So apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. But everyone is here. We're going to get this game underway. Jason is here again. Jason, I woke you up right in the middle of going to bed. I must say very much thank you. Very much thank you for joining us.
No stress. I'm just happy everything can actually get underway and we can actually view some great content. Unfortunately, we can't. Intense game between White Rabbit Gaming and Bravado. I mean, that was looking to be like such a great series to watch over. I mean, White Rabbit Gaming for VVD off the start on gridlock 250 to 227, and then unfortunately left. And then I was like, do I continue casting? What's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was a madhouse, but we're ready. Everything is up and underway. For those wondering what the result was between WRG and Bravado, Bravado walked away with victors 3-1. But that's in the past. We're on to this great game. Two of the powerhouses of South African Call of Duty teams, Bravado versus Energy Esports, both playing with their full teams. And Jason, if we just look at these two lineups, it's stacked.
It is stacked with some heavy Kohvz stars right here. I mean, looking at Lithium, Kohvz, Rahil. Then on the opposite team, you got Waffles, you got Kyle, you got Heroes. They've been playing together for a while. And Shaaki as well. I know they have some great chemistry with him. These two teams have been rivaling each other for a pretty long time here in Kohvz, and it's always such a great experience to even just witness them playing, let alone even casting over the games. I mean, through the Medal State World War II Series League that happened, that was just crazy. Things were just blowing up out of proportions, but for the betterment of everybody watching at home, because it was an insane series to watch those two teams go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was indeed. To everyone in stream currently, please retweet the stream. Let's get as many people as possible in these streams. We hosted Bravado Lithium earlier when we unfortunately had that load shedding, so he dropped some beautiful numbers, almost reaching that 100 viewer mark. It was, I think, on 96, 97 around there. Let's get the viewers in. Let's get the comms going, or both teams want the comms going. Between myself and Jason, the comms definitely going to be going. But I think more than that, I need to get myself a drink for this match. Just looking at both teams. We'll quickly go through the lineup of Energy Esports. From their side of the team, we've got Forsty, Miki, Waffle, Shaaki, and Heroes. So a very good team there from them. Then from Bravado, we have Rahil, Inferno, Scorpio, Lithium, and Kohvz. Kohvz being the Kohvz and Scorpio being the addition to Bravado earlier this year. So they're doing a good job thus far, and I think they might be on the plane soon. So we don't know. We'll see what happens, and that you'll be you're gonna have to find that on Bravado's Twitter to see if they do find themselves on a plane. But now we're just getting ready to wait to get this game underway. And Jason, it's that time again where I'm going to put you on the spot and I'm going to ask your prediction.
Oh, here we go. Prediction wise, I don't know, man. My previous prediction just went down the toilet here, but I'm just going to stick to my gut and just say that Bravado is going to win it in this first HP at least. EN will give up a good fight, so I'm going to give the score another 250 to Bravado, with EN probably reaching at about between 200 to 220 or so. I'm just curious as to see how Kohvz plays against his former teammates, because I haven't seen him play against his former teammates before. Maybe you have, I'm sure you have, but I'm actually really keen to see how he's adapted to his new team and can actually rival his old teammates.
Yeah, it's gonna be close indeed. My big topper here is Bravado has been playing the whole day. This Energy Esports team not really warmed up, maybe warmed up in a few of the free falls, but I'm also going to give that edge to Bravado. I do think that they're ready for this match. They've gotten the practice in the whole day, so they're up and ready. Not tired, I would say, as it's still, what, almost 10 o'clock, but they're going to have to come out firing against this Energy Esports team, and vice versa, the same for Energy.
Definitely so. I mean, it's Sunday. It's not too late. I mean, we're all still relatively youngish here. I think we can survive the night with just one more intense series of Call of Duty between these two juggernaut teams. I mean, let's be real. I mean, we'll sacrifice some sleep for Call of Duty any night, don't we?
Oh, for sure. Now, this last week, I think the Pro League took out most of my hours in bed, so at least they doing something right. Call of Duty getting me to stay awake for 5 a.m. in the morning, and then have to wake up at 7 a.m. to go to work. So, hey, it's always fun to watch. I'm just gonna bring up the maps for you guys to see what we're gonna be playing. We're gonna start off with a Hacienda hardpoint, followed that by a gridlock search and destroy, and our third map will be Arsenal Control. Now, we had a little chat, Jason, you and I, about Hacienda when Bravado took on White Rabbit Gaming. And White Rabbit did have a good start on that fourth map. I think it was their fourth map. They were far ahead, and Bravado brought it back. Now, for me, Bravado is going to have to totally turn that around and have to start hot. What is the things that they need to look at as we go into this Hacienda hardpoint?
Well, HP in a whole, you have to look at that previous map you just lost to White Rabbit Gaming. You need to see what exactly was going wrong. Was it the comms, the communication between it working together for the trades and the picks and baits? It all boils down to seeing what you did wrong in the day, because those flaws could still be fresh within you, and you need to take a look at that and take a step back and collectively work through those little kinks that you have going.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're going to start off again with the guy we started off with the previous game, and that's Inferno. Let's see what he does. He's running the Maddox double quick draw stock and Elo. We'll see what he does at the book side of this wall.
He is going to play his life here at the back. He is going to try get a bit of a flank pinch here on the likes of EN, and he does pick up one. He gets a trade on, not a trade, he gets an assist on the second. He is going to pull back because, as we can see, the spawns are flipping, but he isn't aware. He does get a huge pick on Miki. Huge plays with the Maddox. The Maddox is such a great gun because it's so versatile, whether it's long or short range. Maybe not too long like the ICR, but definitely like it's that gun where if you're not too sure if you want to be a Sorg or ICR, then you just run the Maddox.
And there we get the first point at last in this hill as Miki gets in, and it was early domination if we just look at the kill side of things from Bravado, as they got that early kills, and they had Inferno just running wild as he was flanking, getting through, getting some kills, almost taking 3 out from behind, but the rotation is coming down and looks like Bravado has early points on next.
Yeah, we do see that Scorpio has got that power position here on top of Lambo. He does pick up heroes. He is going to keep them back. Some nades flying down, but he doesn't eventually fall to the likes of a Waffle. We do see Lithium is going to try hold out here, but unfortunately he does get dropped by Miki himself. And EN do now have control over this hill to try get them some points.
And we can see now Yura is trying to take control over Rock there, but unfortunately can't. It's going to be a bombardment of Bravado coming from the front and from the back, but Bravado gets some help from Shaaki taking out his own teammate there, and it looks like Bravado is going to break back into this hill and take the lead by rotating to the next hill. That's at Fences, where player number 1, Scorpio, is ready and waiting for the Energy Esports guys.
But there, the previous hill, there is a huge contestation for that scrap time. The scrap time is very important. You could find that your game can drop down to 250 to 247 in a series of your HP games, and you'll just look back at that 3 seconds that you just didn't contest for and think we could have maybe pulled it around. But the game is still very much alive and very young right now in the Sunday evening. And I'm at this point, there's a bit of a stalemate between the two teams. EN just have a small, tiny, comfortable lead, but that can change in a second if one huge hill rotation does fall in the favor of EN or Bravado between one of the two. Heavy stuns flying down and heavy trades between both teams. We do see the red is filling up the kill streak. Heroes going off of the two-piece there in contest spot, and that leaves Scorpio at the back, who will have to wait for his teammates so they can try get a huge push here for the last scrap time or rotate through. You would want to rotate because that rock hill can be so important to hold because it's so close to that mid fountain hill. You could basically focus down that full 60 up until the last 5 seconds and then rotate through and get your set of kills down in the fountain hill.
It was really chaotic at fencing hill, as Bravado had control, then Ian had control, then it was just a contest between both teams. But the rotation has come down now to Rock. Energy Esports is in control. Miki gets shut down at Lambo, and looks like Bravado is going to look to push in.
Oh.
Shaaki finds two. Thank God he doesn't find another teammate. But it is a blue from Rahil picking up two. He's on his 2 streak. Let's see what Bravado can do to maybe just keep off Energy Esports in this hill. Energy at the moment just have under a 40-point lead. Looks all blue currently, and Bravado breaks in.
And you see Waffle is trying to play his life around the water area. It doesn't look like they know he's there. Rahil will utilize his nades, as we did see the nades can come in clutch with the heavy 2-piece that I think Shaaki did get throughout that blue door side. We do see that the time is ticking down for Bravado, trying to close down the gap between them. There is going to be a small break in momentum. That is exactly how HP works. Guys just play throughout the map, then they eventually get used to how both teams play against one another. They focus on their strats and their rotation routes, and then it all just goes down in one favor of whoever wants it more. We are going to see Inferno is going to play around the blue side here. He does pick up Shaaki, my bad. Scorpio gets one of his own. Oh, Inferno unfortunately does fall to Kyle, who does get a good huge. But Lithium is struggling and playing his life, snaking around that little fountain there, just playing every gap and corner, but unfortunately falls to Waffle, who gets him from connector.
Yeah, while we were off from Shaaki, Shaaki did manage to get his 2 streaks, his Hellstorm and his Artillery Strike, or what, Hellstorm and...
Lightning and Hellstorm.
And yeah. Lightning, sorry, what am I calling artillery? I'm thinking about Apex probably again, but it's all, yeah, it's all blue as Bravado breaks in, as there's, what, 5 seconds left of this hill. The rotation is down to a T for Bravado, as it's going to be Energy Esports that needs to break now. Energy only have a 70-point lead. The Rahil using his War Machine. Can he maybe pick up 1 and 2? Oh, well, Shaaki from the inside takes out 2 of the Bravado players, and that might be costly for Bravado. Inferno still contesting, looks for the kills, can't find them, and it's just up and down, players falling left and right, but Rahil's there. Tempest is popped there by Forsty, and let's see if he can pick up any more. Can't find shots, he does fall, and it looks like Bravado might just take the lead at Lambo Hill.
Bravado got a huge shutdown on that Tempest player there, just to cement like a very good hold of time here. But unfortunately, the scrap time does fall to EN, just to push up 10 seconds. They'll be at 1:33 or so, but the rotation is in favor of BVD. They need to get a huge hold here because EN are trying to swarm in as fast as they can. Heroes with a pick of his own and a 2-piece on Rahil and Lithium. But we do see Kohvz is going to get a huge kill on Shaaki, but he is playing his life with Inferno around Connect and Backton. They are flooded, but Kohvz picking up some huge kills. Lithium gets one of his own just to support Kohvz from top, and unfortunately falls to Miki, but the trade should come in. Lithium does pick it up. It's so chaotic. I don't even know what the hell is going on.
It's trade after trade after trade. A 2-piece there, 2-piece back. As both teams just can't get a firm grip on this game. It's up and down. Teams literally playing out of their mind at the moment. Ian is still in control of this fence hill, as they try and extend their lead. Heroes can't find the kill on Rahil, but now the rotation is going to come down.
Yeah, the kills may be chaotic between both the teams, but as you can see, the time, the objective play that gets you the win over the kills in the game. This isn't TDM, this is Hardpoint. The team with the highest amount of time, focusing up until 250, will win the game. EN are really pulling up all the stops here. I hear a streak is coming in, a Hellstorm, but it's all red on EN's side. EN are dominating over BVD at this current moment in time. BVD needs to do something. Miki pulls out the Annihilator, but unfortunately falls. The grab will come in. Lithium picks up 2. Huge break by the young man. They do need now to hold this full 30 and get a good rotation onto that mid hill, because we will be on our third set of rotating hills, and the money hill is slowly approaching. Del Rey, this is getting really intense. BVD is getting some form of momentum.
Yeah, they are indeed, and it looks like the rotation is going to come down with only, what, 20 points between these two teams. What are they going to do? What's going to be the scoreline? All I know, it's going to be very close as we go back to right where it started, right in the middle, and it looks like the control is going to be in no one's hand currently. We've got Waffle still at the back here, can't pick up Inferno. Inferno gets the better of him, and it's going to be Forsty coming through cut, looking to pick up some of the Bravado guys before they get into the hill. He gets in himself, just playing a sneaky corner, waiting for Bravado to pick out, but Inferno's right there just to tell him, no son, you're not getting that kill.
And it all goes in BVD's favor again. Could this be the momentum they want? But unfortunately, Kohvz falls. But a few trades. The blue is filling that left side a bit. But as we said earlier, the trades are flying between the two teams. All of them fighting for the hill. Waffle does drop down a trophy just to help him secure 20 points. He is in a very good spot. A huge kill, drop shotting. That is so unconventional for a game such as this, as we all know. But we are going to start focusing on that Lambo hill. Very crucial hill. EN has now breached the 200 mark. 50 points away from winning. BVD need to find some sort of break. They need the spawns just to help them try pick up that points and stop the bleeding effect from EN, because they are just trying to flood that whole side of red. Del Rey, we are in for the money hill. This could be it, and there is a streak. There is a sniper's nest up. I'm not entirely sure whose sniper's nest that is, but it's definitely going to not play well for the opposing team.
Yeah, I've no clue myself, but I think it's Lithium that dropped it. We did not spot that streak at all. Bravado looking good at the moment. So it's not a streak you want up in the air, but Forsty takes it out with his Tempest. That is a Tempest not used too effectively, but it takes out the score streak. And this might be Ian's push to get in. Inferno getting a trade there. And they need to push them out. 20 seconds to fight for in this hill. Rotation. Heroes comes in with a gravity slam. Look at the rotation. As I say that, Lithium only picks up one. That leaves all Forsty all alone over there to make it count.
That is still a good kill there by Lithium with that Hellstorm, because it does force them back out of their spawn side for that new hill, because that is going to be your money hill if there's not too much contention time between the team. We do see Heroes is going to try focus around his teammates, because it is all blue around that hill. They need some form of assistance there, but unfortunately it looks like this is the break that BVD needed. EN look a tad bit confused at the moment. I'm just on Carl Forsty at the moment. He's just trying to play his life around top plat. But now here it comes. He contests. He gets one. Will he get the second one? The War Machine comes in, unfortunately picks him off. This is going insane. BVD need 5 seconds and they win. Oh, unfortunately, Waffle did die at a very crucial moment, but the contention is still there. The mantling is going mad.
This should be it. This should be it. Miki trying to get in. Oh my!
With a huge kill there to secure that little measly 1 second they needed to close us off 250 to 220. I thought Ian were going to take this, but where did BVD come from?
It started with Lithium that we totally missed. He went on streaks. He were all streaked out, and he brought them right back into this game. And your prediction, Jason, was spot on. 250, 220 for Bravado. And man, what a hard point to start off with. It was back and forth, back and forth. No team really had any advantage.
I was losing my words. I was tongue twisting everything. It was just trade after trade, like you're saying. There's 2 pieces on one team, 2 pieces in the other team. But at the end of the day, it all just boils down to who won that map, and that is Bravado Gaming. I am so sad we did miss Lithium, because he could have probably went on some and we missed it for the viewers, but thankfully he's got his own POV running. But what's nice is, even though his sniper's nest did get taken down very early, it still sends EN in a bit of a frenzy, because they all running for indoors, and it's pretty self-explanatory. As soon as that happens, there is easy picks. You'll want to hold down those indoor push locations, such as maybe Rock Door and around land. What a map. Very close games. I'm really interested to see what the S&D can bring about.
Yeah, S&D it will go to now. And if we bring up the maps, you'll see the Search and Destroy would will be played on Gridlock. This host will now swap. BVD will be hosting map 1, 3, and 5, and Energy Esports is hosting map 2 and 4. And gents, that was just crazy to see. That first hard point was back and forth. But what made the difference there was obviously Lithium going on that streak. But it always came down for me at that Lambo wheel. Bravado just had a bit more control for me as they ticked things over. Yes, maybe Energy Esport at mid, that first hill, they got more control, but it came down to Bravado at that Lambo hill, just getting enough ticks over to get that advantage over Energy Esport. Obviously, ending things off at fences. But what a first map we saw. Energy Esports, well, if you're looking at Bravado's scorecard, Kohvz 43-25, Scorpio 41-23, and from every single one of Bravado's players, almost tenfold or more than 10 kills in the green. So things in the slaying department not so good for Energy Esports, and you barely hear me say that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Miki did drop down a little bit. Didn't look like it was his best performance. I'm sure he tried his best, but unfortunately, sure Kohvz was shutting him down because Kohvz two pieces in and around those hills like mad. And the experience of Bravado Gaming just came to show that that rotation around the hills that went to Money Hill around Lambo, it just showed they knew exactly how to hold it properly and how to break it and where to set up just to make sure that the spawns stay in their favor. And unfortunately, it just wasn't playing out the way it should have been throughout the scrims with EN. Unfortunately, it could be back to the drawing board for Hacienda for EN just to try and look back at some of their mistakes. Could it be a bad night, bad communication? Only time will tell, because I mean we're still pretty fresh into the season
Yeah.
with Black Ops 4. But saying that, we are going to move into Gridlock SND, and it's my turn, Del Rey, to put you on the spot. Who
Oh.
who is
Well, well,
taking this?
well, here's my thing. If Ian does not hit back in this SND, then for me the series is going to be too hard for them to come back. I think Energy Esports can do this in Search and Destroy, and they need to. They can't give any, or they can't give two map advantage for Bravado. Not a team like them. They're gonna have to come out firing. I'm gonna give this a 6-4 to Energy Esports. And before or after I say that, I think I'm gonna just stick on board again with Inferno because he's got the sniper in hand, and I think we're gonna restart this game as I don't think all the teams are ready.
It looks like just a bit of a mess up with some team placements here. Scorpio seemingly jumping on the EN bandwagon there. I like your prediction. It's not too far fetched. It is pretty realistic, but I feel BVD will take this because back then I felt that Kohvz was that main difference maker in the S&D that helped EN win a lot of their S&D games. And considering is now on the opposing team with B, I don't think they could have it in them to take it, but I know they won't go down without a fight.
Now, for sure, if we're just looking at the Bravado team, they've got the knowledge of almost every team in COD in one team, with Inferno, a very, very, very good IGL in-game leader. You've got Kohvz there as well. Lithium is there as well. Jordan, a very, very good communicator as well, and you got Rahil that literally doesn't miss one bullet. So they a very very good team. Going into the search and destroy is going to be close, of course, but to everyone in stream, I see Phantoms you there as well. Let's get the stream out on Twitter. Retweet, please, if you can, on my Twitter page. If you're using exclamation mark MC, you'll get the map count. Exclamation mark Twitter, you'll find my Twitter at, and you guys can go onto Twitter and retweet the stream. Let's get as many people as possible in the stream to see the two powerhouses of Call of Duty South Africa go head to head. Bravado had the upper hand against Energy Esports in that first hard point. Let's see what happens in Search and Destroy Gridlock. We're going to jump on board with Inferno like we did in the previous map. We'll see if he has that sniper in hand.
And we are going to jump into my personal favorite game mode, Search and Destroy. It just brings that adrenaline fueled gameplay to you, whether you're watching it or playing it. And this is the game mode that can really make or break a team, especially if you're on the losing side. So EN definitely need to try take this. First blood picks are so important in S&D as it gives your team the confidence, let alone the man advantage over the opposing side to get that one round win off the break. And we will jump on board with Inferno, as you said, Del Rey, with the sniper in hand, but with that X-ray vision, it looks like he isn't going to spot anyone. But Waffle is making his way there. He is playing around bottom coffee side or so. Kohvz does find heroes that is going to send Waffle packing, but he seems to be a bit brave around the back there. He does need to wait for a pick for his teammates to just try and get those chokehold areas, maybe just play for some info, and there it goes. Forsty picks up Rahil 4v4 situation.
Yeah, no, this is the chance for Bravado to get the bomb down. It looks like player number 4, Lithium, will be getting the bomb down, but Shaaki's right there. Shaaki takes him out, and that's a big kill. They don't know where the bomb is right now, and at this stage, Ian has the advantage, the upper hand. Inferno is on the hunt for Shaaki, will be taking out Shaaki from behind. This is now a 3v2, make that a 2v2 situation, and Scorpio and Kohvz versus Forsty and Miki.
Both teams need to find some sort of composure. The bomb is down, and Ian seem to have known that they are going to play that long-range engagement, setting up one by Sushi and one by 18. That is player number 7, which is Forsty. I'm not too sure if he has a sniper in hand. I would say let's switch on over to him just to have a look. He is playing with a Maddox. He's going to try to play for intel. He will spot Kohvz getting the plant down. The call will be played. The stun flies over. It doesn't play out in the favor. The bomb goes down. Kyle picks up one. Kohvz all alone. He is weakened, and Kyle with a 2-piece and a defuse. Currently 450 will drop to 350 for streaks. He is someone to look out for right now because he is dreadfully close to streaks, and that's not something you want on a map like this on S&D.
It's a good start from Energy Esports, almost flunking it there at the end as Kohvz picked up that 1 kill, but his teammate Miki from Ian at least made Rob weak there on bomb, as Forsty just had to put 1 bullet into him to get the defuse. He is on streaks, so Bravado definitely looking out for that, but a good start from Energy Esports. And at this stage, Energy is feeling good, and Bravado, obviously with the high they had in hardpoint, they're definitely going to carry it through to this SND.
Statistically, I feel they should have definitely taken that round win. I mean, Kohvz did pick up at least 2 players. They were up 2 men. They should have taken it, but it is still early in this, so we're going to see how things play out. We do see on all players are spread out quite equally, almost rivaling and mirroring each other, but a snipe comes down. Inferno does pick up heroes, and it is now a man advantage to BBD.
Now that sniper is always so lethal in Inferno's hand. They can give the man advantage quickly to the guys from Bravado, as Forsty will be challenging Rahil at the middle. No, probably not the guy you want to be challenging, as he now backs off. He knows he's on streak. So let's see player number 6 actually. Shaaki, there's a player from Bravado on his right hand side corner, and I don't think he knows he's there.
He is very cautious of his surroundings. Unfortunately, he should have got spotted, but unfortunately he does fall. Lithium does pick him up, but they do now. Lithium is there. Huge control over Showers. Lithium with 2. Scorpio falls to Miki. Rahil with a trade of his own. Miki takes him out. Miki is in a seriously tight situation, 1v3. It is possible. That is definitely not the case, but unfortunately a bit of a ballsy challenge does have him fall to Inferno.
No, tight corner, definitely nothing he could do there. But the Bravado hit back, and it started off with that sniper shot from Inferno. As I just mentioned, once you get that pick, it gives that early advantage for your team. So definitely counting on that as Bravado finishes things out. That's the score right here now is 1 apiece, and no one really having a grip yet. I'm just looking at someone getting that 2-round lead. Once they have that, I think it's going to be overs from the other team.
And just another thing to note is that Carl did unfortunately lose his streaks. He was very close, but unfortunately couldn't play his life around Blue Box's area, and things are at a bit of a stalemate. But we do see BVD are pushing up onto B bomb site, while a few red arrows are going to try flank around. That is Kyle back there. They have control over B site. They just need to get that bomb down and form a big, huge stronghold there just to prevent the bomb from being.
Now we can see Forsty here at the back, just looking for some of the Bravado guys. As he
He just needs that
can't.
one great opening.
Yeah, he does. He knows Rahil is there. Oh,
Oh,
he gives
oh.
his position away, and this should be Ian trying to push in from the front. As Waffle does pick up one, Kohvz picking up two. Miki, yet again the last one alive, and I don't think he can do that. The bomb is down as well, and at this stage, Bravado is just playing time, just baiting Miki, as you
They
see.
are just popping, bobbing, and weaving between that sushi little entrance there. They know he can't get it down, but wow, some huge shots there on Inferno. The bomb's going to go down. I think he might want to move. Lithium detonates that bomb, gets a few. Oh, the shots are on for Miki. It seems he's really having a decent game here. He's going 6-2. He's really picking it up from the bit of a lackluster performance in the HP. We're still pretty much young in this game. Things are still going pretty well. I mean, you got Kohvz on 5-2, you got Lithium 4-1. Everyone else is dropping pretty relatively close 1.0 KDs. This is now the groundbreaking round now. BVD need to try take this to try get them that really good man advantage. But hey, it's still anyone's game. This is S&D after all.
Yeah, indeed it is, and we see if Bravado can take that 2-round advantage. We saw now from Bravado, every time or the 2 times that they have attacked, they went over to the B bomb. As I try and get my phlegm to open there, but they just hang back, and Bravado just chilling, waiting for energy to make the first move, and Inferno on defense has the sniper out as well.
But just have a look there on the map. We see players 1 and 4 around player number 7. They need to try get a good bait and switch or maybe even a trade. Ooh, huge kill there on Carl. Oh, Inferno opens up with another kill, leaving this in a 5v3 situation. The EN players are going to track back, maybe push around onto showers, or just maybe play around spawn. Just try and get that one measly pick just to drop down the numbers. Play it down. Shaaki is going to keep some eyes around 18-wheeler with his sniper, but he is going to pull back. Time is ticking down. It is 7.5 seconds to plant. Nope, 5 seconds to plant if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they need to make a play now, but everything is going down around showers, and the contestation comes in. Shaaki picks up Scorpio. We're going to see Lithium when it plays life at the back. Just wait for his teammate. Shaaki picks up another one, gets Rahil. They got huge hold over a garden area, but they need to try pinch them now. Huge kill on the bomb planter. That leaves Lithium with streaks, and he is going to be defusing the bomb. That means he'll get his Hellstorm as well, and also closer to that sniper's nest, which can really help you between both the bombs, really, because they open up areas. It's not looking too well for Ian right now.
Lithium is having an insane series thus far, and at hard point he was all streaked out, and in the search and destroy he's on his way to being streaked out. At the end here, it was a quite dodgy from Bravado losing the two lives there, but they did clutch up. The bomb did go down, and at least that bomb helped Bravado edge closer to their streaks for Lithium. But it is 3-1 now, and as I mentioned, I think when once a team has that 2-round edge over the other team, it just makes it much more difficult. And with Lithium close to full streaks, I can't see Ian maybe bouncing 50 back.
Points. I don't think so either, but he just picks up the snipers. That's huge kill. I was gonna think he was gonna use his grab slam just to like secure that kill, but he doesn't need it. He'll just gun down the opposition, and he is also going to play for that bomb plant. Waffle does pick up a kill on Rahil, and it is now a 4v4 situation. Bomb goes down, but look at the specialists are slowly closing in, getting full up there. And a nade comes in on Lithium. Brave man, he just secures down, keeps composure, and he is going to play his life around here. Try get some trades. Very huge kill on Lithium. He will get the info down. Heroes all alone. Lithium is straight beaming. 9-1. 4-1.
Is leading by example. The captain of Bravado, 9-1, making things making things like he's shooting bots. He is 9-1, not something you see against a team like Energy Esports, but you need someone like him to go off and take this completely away from Energy Esports. 4-1. I think this is far from what we predicted, but Bravado playing out of the skins.
Definitely so. They are 2 rounds away from winning, and we do see it is all going to go down around showers as quite a few Ian plays
Oh
Lithium with
my
the
god!
heavy 3-piece. Lithium, huge,
4!
and he picks up a fourth. 4. If
Looking
that
for
was
the 5th.
normal COD standards back in the day, that would have been an ace. But here he's hunting for the 5th. He's hungry.
Oh
The bait and
my.
switch comes in. They closed him down, sandwiched him around showers. Rahil gets an easy pick. That was probably one of the fastest rounds of S&Ds I've ever witnessed. And now we get to witness this clutch of a 3-piece on the grab slam. Worth the 4.
Why do we even need to watch anyone else if we have Lithium right there doing it all? He is currently 13-1, playing a pub search and destroy, yeah?
The man is playing EDM. That's what he's doing.
It is
I would say
completely,
we definitely have to stay on him.
yeah, completely insane. Euro's 0-6, so he's the guy that needs to pick it up for his team, and Lithium has 3 streaks to work with for a possibly last round, so I think he might just invest them.
It seems they are going to play their lives around spawn, just try to get some intel and see where the players are. They do know eventually in due time they are going to push out, maybe flank around, but do EN have the comms going to at least notify them that their streaks are there? They will be notified that the ping on the lightning is there, but Lithium will just use it for intel. We do see an Annihilator was popped by Miki, and he did find Inferno, which is very unfortunate, leaving the numbers 4-4 at the moment. BVD just need 1 round. They are still playing around the spawn areas, just waiting for that pick. The streaks are coming in. The Hellstorm comes flying down. Unfortunately, Miki is in an unfortunate spot around mid. Can Lithium just try relay some info? Just let them know that they are primarily around the garden area, but here comes the lightning. Bolting down, unfortunately finds no one, but sends Ian in a frenzy. Heroes does get a huge kill along with Shaaki, the duo, in that showers and garden area around A site. And Scorpio is frantic, just trying to play his life here. He is going to get ballsy and run deep. He does pick up one, but the trades do go in favor of EN. Could this be the break that EN need to try reverse sweep? It is a bit of a far-fetched statistic, but Del Rey seen many COD matches before, and it's possible.
It is indeed, and the big take from Ian there is that Lithium invested 2 streaks, and they lost the round. Now Lithium only has the sniper's nest left to be used. So if you're Ian, yes, maybe pat yourself on the back, but it's far from over, as they still 3 rounds down, and it looks like an A push from Energy Esports.
Yes, you definitely do not want that to happen. You don't want to invest so much into a round and have it all go to waste. And we do see Lithium has called in his sniper's nest, but will that help them around this area? The bomb does go down in Ian's favor. Huge kills around. I do not think that was a good play to call out the sniper's nest. They should have waited and see which bomb they would have put, because now Ian have some dominant positions wrapped around that A-bomb site. Huge kill by Waffle. Bait and switch there. Frosty picks up one. 4v1 situation, leaving Inferno all alone. He does have the Annihilator in hand, but Frosty does pick him up. Very brave to even contest or even think of contesting one of those nasty pieces of work. And what is going on? Del Rey? I don't know.
I don't know, but Bravado can't just give up just yet. Energy Esports is busy fighting back and doing a good job of that, as Frosty takes out Inferno there with an Annihilator in hand. And this scoreline is 5-3, still Bravado 1 round away from taking this. And if we're looking at Energy Esports, anyone close to streaks from them? Nope, none of them really any closer to streaks. Let me just check. Waffle, nothing. Frosty closest to streaks. Let's stay on board with him, as it looks like an A push from Bravado as the Tempest comes out.
And he will pull out the Tempest. It seems they do know that each and every one of them is there. He unfortunately sprints, and Inferno with the huge quickscope, that had to have been a quickscope, a huge kill on the Tempest player. Very well played by him. The bomb is going to go down. EN's numbers are dwindling. It's 2-3. A War Machine has been pulled out. EN are turning up at the moment. Kohvz all alone. War Machine bolting down, and unfortunately he does fall. This could be the biggest choke I've ever seen from a 5 5-1 victory push onto the 6th win. I'm at a loss for words right now. I don't know what's going on. BVD are losing their structure. They need to focus up, just communicate. That's all you guys need to do. Is just keep playing your lives, especially, and don't contest gunfights you aren't 100% with.
Here's my question. Is it that BVD is doing something different? Or is it that Energy Esports just started waking up and saying, listen, yeah, we 5-1 down. We can't go 2-0 down in map count. Let's do something about it. And it looks like everyone is pushing at A again. And if we look at Specialist, no one on either side but Waffle as a Specialist. Forsty gets taken out. That's what Bravado needs to do, as 3 left alive for Energy Esports. Shaaki has the Mozu in hand with a Sorg, and it looks like Energy Esports is going to give up a site and move out to the back.
And even though they may have little numbers compared to BVD, they do, however, have that 200 health in hand on all 3 players. They do need to try play their lives here. They do seem to get a clean sweep onto B. If they can get that bomb down quickly, they can try get some sort of backbone advantage over BVD. The bomb is going to go down. 2 of the supporting players are going to set up. Bomb is down. Now it is the chase. Kohvz, huge gunfight here in bottom area, but it all turns red for EN. Oh, huge kill by Rahil. Huge kill. 2v2 now. They still have 200 health. Waffle and Miki, they need to play the trades. They are a bit spread out together, spread out away from each other. I mean, some huge shots from Scorpio comes raining down, but a player with 200 health comes in. He's in a tight spot.
Oh,
Waffle,
my
huge
gosh.
2-piece to keep EN in this game. Could we see a reverse sweep? This last round is all it is to go for this S&D. Waffle coming in clutch.
It all went down at bottom dojo here, as Kohvz could have picked up one of the EN players, but trades just came in and the help came in. And look at this, it is a round 11. Something, yeah, this is a search and destroy of 2 halves. Firstly, Bravado going all out and picking up streaks. As you can see, Lithium is 14-5 to now Energy Esports having a banger of a second half in search and destroy. We're looking at Specialist, none for both teams, as Rahil picks up the first blood, and that's going to be huge. And it's going to be Ian that needs to fight back now.
That is very huge, but he needs to play back. He has escaped around to Ice Cream's side. He is going to play his life, but EN have flooded all around A. They have control of showers. Scorpio is playing around the back there. They do know that they have rotated through, and they are going to get the bomb down.
Just
huge snipe by Inferno. It is 5v3. BVD cannot mess this up. They need that showers control, in my opinion. If you want to make a difference in this, they need the trade. Lithium with the huge trade. Lithium right now, they hit the bomb machine. Lithium with another huge kill. He is going to play around showers, and and a huge beatdown.
Oh my gosh, Bravado brings it back at the death to take a round 11 map number 2. And I just had a look at Waffle there. He was 75 points away from getting his streaks, and that could have helped tremendously. But Bravado coming up clutch, taking round 11. 2-0 map count now to Bravado, and Energy Esports is going to have to fight back from the bottom.
That is so unfortunate. Waffle having a huge 2-piece clutch play in the previous round, but Lithium coming with the answer of his own to show him that I am the better player, and I will easily pick 3 of you off my bomb and secure us this S&D win. Del Rey, it is control. You called it saying that whoever wins this S&D should cement their next round win. Could we see BVD completely obliterate EN, or could we see them have some sort of a second win and try pull this back?
Well, Bravado have the 2 map advantage now, and for everyone just joining us, that first hardpoint did go down to Bravado 250 to 220, so they have the 2 map advantage over Energy Esports. And at this stage, Jason, you can't give it to anyone other than Bravado. Bravado came out firing. They took the first hardpoint. They came out firing in search and destroy and almost lost it at the end, having a poor second half of this S&D. But they did bounce back, and to take that search and destroy, they 2-0 up. It's going to be an Arsenal control if I bring the maps up there for you guys. And I can't see Energy Esports getting back into this. It's just with the quality that Bravado has, it's going to take a miracle for Energy Esports to do this.
With the amount of composure that we just witnessed the EN pull out throughout that whole S&D, winning how many rounds, like 4 back-to-back rounds to close things into around 11, I have a feeling there could be some sort of spark that they could find if they all just forget about the previous 2 rounds and find that spark and just completely go off. If they all go off and do exactly what they practice in their scrims and all their strats and try outshine over BVD, I think we could see a potential reverse sweep. But Bravado is coming off strong. They got some heavy momentum, as you've been saying. They have been playing the whole day while Ian has been waiting around, being a bit stagnant, if you will. And right now, BVD is coming off hot. They may have some few shaky points, but they just have that composure that pro players have, that your mere amateur player just has to develop. We can see that with that S&D, that was nail biting right there at the end.
Yeah, and indeed it was, and it's just going to be an uphill battle for Energy Esports now. If you're a Bravado supporter, you feeling happy, you feeling like you've got this, and if you're an Energy supporter, well, hey, Call of Duty can go to a map number 5, and Energy can still do this. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, but it's going to be an uphill battle nevertheless, as we switch host now to Scorpio again. So Bravado has the host on their team. And just speaking about that, that gives them that competitive edge as well, Jason.
Knowing that you got that host advantage, especially knowing that your player has a decent enough line, it's nice to know that you got it because you've already got the 2-0 advantage. You know you guys are outshining over Ian, and now you got host advantage on top of that. As we all know, that online COD is pretty unpredictable, and being the host and having that form of advantage still helps, whether it's by a fraction in a few of your gunfights. But unfortunately, if you as the host aren't having a good game, you could cost your teammates drastically.
Good indeed, as we now swap over to Scorpio, that is Jordan's host, and this is possibly the last map we would see in the series. Hopefully not. We always like to see map 5s or map 4s. You never know, but if you're Energy Esports, you need to come out firing. Everything has to be on a T. You need the comms going, you need the trades going, you need to play a flawless Arsenal. And listen here, if we talk Arsenal Control, it's probably the control map that's played the most out of every single map in control. And I think against WRG they played Arsenal as well. I can't remember. I think so. And I think
It was
Bravado.
the 3-0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was a 3-0, right? Yeah. And I can think that they've got it down to a T. So I'm looking at Bravado keeping their momentum. I'm going to look for Energy Esports to break Bravado's momentum. But it's not going to be an easy task.
Thinking on the comms going down in Ian right now, it could be quiet, it could be a bit heated with some arguments, but they need to focus and clutch up now. As soon as this control map starts, and if they lose maybe one round in that series of control, if they don't keep the comms up, they are going to lose, because as soon as you cut communication between you and your teammates, it's just game over. You might as well leave the game. You might as well put your controller down. There's just no point in playing. I just want to get this over and done with. I want some heavy action, because we saw a heavy respawn game between these two teams, and a really nail-biting S&D. And considering that control is a mix of two, I think we have a huge game on our hands.
No, we did, and just point out the players. If we go back to that first hard point, for me, that difference maker was Lithium. And if we just
Oh
look,
my,
yeah,
18-5.
exactly. That was in the S&D, and
Wow.
we go even further back to that first hard point, where Lithium dropping streak. So the Captain Courageous, he is the man leading by example. He's showing Energy Esports what he's all about. And hey, if you've got teammates like Kohvz, Inferno, Rahil, and Scorpio around you to even capitalize on whatever you're doing, it's gonna be a good damn day for you.
Definitely, and looking back at the S&D scores, I mean, you got Lithium who went 18-5. You've got Kohvz who's on 11 kills. Scorpio's on 13. Inferno's on 11. Rahil did drop down to 5, unfortunately not having the best S&D, but still getting those clutch kills. But versing the opposing team of EN with their score. I mean, only 2 players, maybe even 3. You can count Waffle. He did have some great plays, clutched up immensely, but Heroes unfortunately falling very short, going 4 and 11. He needs to try and forget about that and just keep it out and not let it mentally block him into this control. I feel like Miki went. He didn't have a good game in the HP. Then he came back in the S&D. Maybe we could see Heroes drop down in the S. Well, he did drop down in S&D. Maybe we'll see him clutch up in the control. Maybe it could be like a EN thing. I don't know, but I hope it happens because I don't want to see this team go down so easily.
No, for sure not. And obviously the viewers, you guys would like to see it go all the way. And I can just read from the chats that everyone is fired up. They want to make this reverse sweep. Is Energy Esports a reverse sweep? Is it's not something that gets done every day. And against a quality team like Bravado, you're gonna have to play out of your mind to get that right, but it is Arsenal control, and if there's one team that can do it, Jason, it is maybe this Energy Esports team.
It is maybe, but I don't know. It's just them losing Kohvz unfortunately lost a lot because they're his hype man. As soon as Kohvz start going and the comms is flying with him screaming, then you know you got that sudden momentum building within yourself and your gun skill just pluses by 10 and you just start beaming everybody. EN has done it before where they've reverse sweep BVD, but if I'm not mistaken, I'd rather throw that out there. But can they do it with this current squad of theirs? It could be possible, but it is yet to be seen because we still have a long season ahead of us, and this could be that momentum break between both the teams to try find themselves and see if they can even pull this off if they meet each other in this sort of situation ever again.
Yeah, just getting back to your point, it's still early in the season. We haven't even had our first LAN, and the team's practicing night and day with online tournaments and scrims. So keep doing what you're doing, get on the grind, and if you're losing maps, get back into it, go through the fundamentals. And as you can see, the fundamentals are working for Bravado as they 2-0 up. We're going into this Arsenal control. Bravado can end things right here, but in the way is the Energy Esports. Let's see what they can do in control.
Definitely so. We're going to see a huge matchup between all these players now. Everyone needs to clutch up and do their part. We are going to see some shots raining down around the garden path area, flooding around B side. Heroes is left alone as they are going to focus out on B first, which is pretty unconventional, but that is why BVD are huge stompers in the competitive scenes because they do the unexpected and execute it so well. On top of it, huge kills, trades flying down between both teams, red and blue, red and blue. It's still trading out. That's what I love about these teams and their respawn game modes is their trading is on par.
Yeah, indeed. So Heroes now in vent, tries to pick up one from the Bravado guys. He does just that, but you can see just guns blazing at this vent. Heroes can't go anywhere, but Energy Esports is cleaning up currently. They've got control over A and B, and now you're going to see them push up, and it's going to be led by Shaaki. As you can see, he's furthest pushed up as he dies.
Unfortunately, he does fall. This is the type of game mode where you want to get your round of kills and you want to push up, same as how CTF was in World War II. You want to cement yourself with a good 4 kills and then push up onto spawn and get that spawn trap going. See, Heroes is going to utilize the grappling hook, flying through, gets a huge pick, but unfortunately gets traded out by Rahil, and Rahil gets traded out, and the trades go in favor of BVD. The current player count between both teams is 20 and 19 in decent favor of BVD. The ticks are flying down around A. That is what you want, but now's the point of, do you want to contest that or do you want to play back and rather just try to play your lives?
Yeah, at this stage I'm saying, guys, let's give it up. But as that happens, Energy Esports breaks in, and they do take care of Rahil, flanking all the way around. Their Shaaki gets taken out. And where do you focus now? Do you focus at A that only needs one more tick? If you look at the time, you would say so, Jason.
Right now, what you want to do is you want to head up in those power positions, like you can see here as his top window, but unfortunately he does fall. His BVD get a huge break and a huge kill on him. Shaaki does pick up Kohvz and Rahil gets up on Shaaki. And right now the ticks are starting to flow. Now A should be lost. This is now when you would say you want to rather give it up, because the player count is so similar between these two teams, just mirroring each other as their player numbers just drop down. The numbers are flying down. The kills are flowing. Right now, Ian needs to get a huge hold here, but Kohvz is flying high, flying that BVD flag, trying to get into that B side. The stuns are flying. But right now, everything is going to just be at a bit of a stalemate, just waiting for that opening pick to get them in.
You see Kohvz just waiting for that right moment to push in. He's got 3 of his teammates behind him, or 2 of his teammates behind him. Could be a 3-man push, but I think they're waiting for Inferno. You see, they're playing it patient. There's still 30 seconds. If we jump on board with Inferno, I think he's going to be the difference maker here, but I think he's spotted by one of the Energy Esports guys. Push some shots into Shaaki, and this should maybe try and be the go-ahead for Bravado pushing in as I jump on board with Kohvz, and that is just it.
Kohvz is sitting on top jet area. Inferno getting a few picks there in the spawn, being a nail in their side. He picks up 2. One player has fallen out the map. That's Miki. You got to get back in there. Unfortunately, does get flanked. Almost a huge kill there. BVD are now in the hill. They did unfortunately get pushed out. Right now, there's some heavy gunfire going down. Oh, Miki does unfortunately pick up Lithium. Inferno falls as well. It is a 7v5 situation. You cannot die right now. Lithium and Rahil is trying to focus up forward. The stuns are getting down. The grapple comes in play. Huge contestation here. The stuns playing in favor. Huge kill by Rahil. He needs to try play his life here. He needs that reload as quick as he can. He does know one is lobby. That is Shaaki. Shaaki is going to try play for intel. And they are going to try get that pinch. Huge pinch there by Miki. Picks up a 2-piece. And that is a huge play by the young man, getting them that advantage in this control series.
It came down to the wire yet again between these two teams. That's round number 1 of control. Energy Esports getting the first stick right there. And it's Inferno here at the back. As you can see, he picks up 1 to make that a 3rd right here at the back. As he tried to break in. But Energy, how can I put it? They left the zones when it needed to be left. They flanked when it needed to be flanked. And the same you could say from Bravado. It was not really mistakes from both teams, but both teams playing it perfectly. And unfortunately, it was, if you're a Bravado fan, unfortunately, of course, it's Ian that got that first stick. And looked like Ian does exactly the same thing Bravado did the previous round.
Yeah, as you can see, they are all focused around mid, and there is some few bodies dropping down in vents. Huge kill by Lithium. Scorpio picks one of his own. That B side has now been opened up, but one player is still sneakily playing around that vents area, and that is Heroes. And right now, EN currently 2 men down. But looking at these two teams and how they play, as you were saying, there's not really any mistakes happening from both of them from what we can see, but they are both teams. How can I say this? They utilizing their strats so well against each other that it's just mirroring their kill count. Unfortunately, it's a bit different right now as it is now in BVD's favor. They've only died twice. 2 players make that 3. Unfortunately, on Lithium, maybe Kohvz is cursed there. Huge kill there by Forsty, trying to get that opening play, and he does just that. Wow. He needs a huge kill here on Inferno, but Inferno keeps his composure and does pick him up.
That was a good hold from Bravado as Energy Esports tried to break in, unfortunately couldn't, and the ticks go over as we just drop below that 30-second mark. And Lithium just playing a sneaky corner here as yours is just above him, and it looked like he does pick him up, that the trade comes in, and Ian has control over A, but player number 5, keep an eye on him. Inferno coming from window, can't clean up. Waffle does now, and he picks up 2.
Inferno with a huge 2-piece, but unfortunately tries to outplay that nade and see if he can tank it out. Rahil does pick up the War Machine. He picks up 2. He does get a hit mark on the 30. Picks him up. Huge kills there. They need to cement this down. Put up that stronghold. 10 seconds just to keep them out. They are players. They need to communicate and not look at the same areas. Huge kill by Lithium with the huge beatdown. They do now need to push them back. This should be game. This is round for this one, especially 1-1. BVD with a huge defense.
Yeah, that is a mere perfect defense. They've played every single situation perfectly, and Rahil with his War Machine did clean or make it easier for his team to clean up. Almost took out Lithium there with the door, but a good defense from Bravado, a better defense than we saw from Energy Esports. They made it counter by the time and not by the lives or the zones that needed to be kept, but a good hold from Bravado. Energy Esports, they can't let Bravado get in this game at all, as the 200 is popped. Is Bravado gonna opt for a B push again? And it looks just like it.
And it looks just like that. Lithium is very close to his Grav Slam. He will utilize his grapple hook to try push him up. That 200 is there, which unfortunately has him fall to heroes. BVD is dropping, unfortunately, like flies, with Miki picking up a huge two-piece. I think we definitely need to sit on that young lad and see what he can do around this kitchen area. He will unfortunately get baits and switched by Kohvz and his teammate right there. Huge play between the two, but he does have his Annihilator up. Do you opt to use it right now, or would you rather use it a bit later? That's always the question. Do you think you'll get it again or not? That's the struggle with me when I play War Machine, but hey, sometimes sacrifice just makes it work, like how Rahil did in the previous round.
Yeah, look, all orange on the kill feed. Inferno makes a speck of blue. Make that more than a speck, as he picks up two, and he makes his notice over on B.
Easy.
He does.
How? I don't understand. I just don't. He does pick up a Maddox that was laying on the floor, just giving him that bit of a close range confidence, considering that he does have the ICR main. He has pulled out his Annihilator. He is going to play it a bit passive, but will he get aggressive? Very patient plays. Huge kill on Forsty. He gets aggressive now. Huge baits and switches. They do know that they've now forced him to spawn back at security. Huge kill again. Can he find the third? He is going to meet two players. He's meeting. Oh, he picked up a huge hip fire there and does pick up a lightning strike. This could be very huge for him, which he just pings it just for some knowledge. And he's going to use it now, it seems. He's going to place it around gray area stairs, which should find two. He picks it up. They do know they need to focus out lobby now. Huge. Inferno is beaming, but where in the world did that War Machine come from?
I don't know. I think you just call that maybe stupidity from, or I don't know if it's comms, like what he was thinking, but everyone was in there. He pulled out his War Machine with being what 5 lives down, and it's not gonna work. He's 3 to 7 or 5-man advantage for Bravado.
I admire the attempt, but unfortunately it won't play in your favor. He is going to take a few shots. Miki is going to fly around the back. Ian have huge man advantage, but they do know that Ian is a force to be reckoned with, and they cannot afford to make any mistakes now. They are going to play very slow and just play for picks, treat this like an S&D. This is when this game mode just becomes a bit more slow paced, depending on the teams. Huge flank by Inferno to pick up Miki on gray stairs, and this is now going to be the opening play. Rahil picks up one, Scorpio picks up the other, and this goes to BVD 2-1. EN need to find that second win or third win, whatever they have left, to try just keep them in this game. They can't go down 3-0. Just please no, I don't want to see it. I've casted this team, these two teams going back to back in a round 11, 2 best of 5s. This is not natural.
Yeah, it isn't. But Inferno, just always that man that comes up behind and makes the difference for his team. He's currently 21 and 13. What a man is he for Bravado, always being that sneaky guy, making the difference for his team. And it looks this time around like a full-out A push from Energy
It's
Esports.
gonna be a big push. Both teams just going head-to-head there in that middle area, but look at your minimap. Player number 5, that is Inferno, doing what he does best, flanking around. He sees that his team does have the numbers. He gets a huge kill at the back, so he knows he can play around the back. This man is accurate. He's like feeding off Rahil's energy right now, just beaming everything. And he's going to play around that back robots area, just being that thorn in their side. He does know every kill he gets is so important, but unfortunately he falls down. But he has given them those numbers advantages.
Jeez, what a player did Bravado there. Inferno just making so much the difference for his team, and you can see that with the kill counter, 23 to 21, 30 seconds to play for, and Energy Esports haven't even touched any of the zones.
This is not looking good for EN. If you're BVD, you're screaming and waving your blue flags high. He's looking at you, Barry from Metal State. But there's 14 seconds left. EN just aren't going to do it. There's some huge plays around kitchen area, just keeping them back. Scorpio gunning them down. Inferno's going to slow them down. And this is game. BVD with a huge dominant win over Energy Gaming. Wow.
Game, set,
BVD
match. Bravado, yeah, you can definitely see they've been playing this all day. They are out firing, they are on the ball. A 3-0 against Energy Esports. I think it's the first 3-0 of the season over both of these teams.
That it is. Like I told you, it's a see this type of score go on between both players. Inferno, in my opinion, was the MVP of that control, just dwindling all those numbers down. Easy peasy knocks. EN, you need to go back to the drawing board and try figure something out, because whatever you tried to implement here just didn't work out.
No, it didn't indeed, as we can see. The host just left, that's why it's glitching out. But hey, no, I don't think any of us thought it would be a 3-0, but Bravado definitely, yeah, Bravado just pitched up. They were on fire from the start. They had little balls up in the search and destroy, but they held it out. And for me, if I'm just talking about who was the influential guy in this matchup, my hat is taken off to Lithium. He led by example. He's the captain of Bravado. And in that first hard point, he was annihilating. He was the man to look out for. And in that search and destroy, hey.
TDM scores, man. 18 and 5.
TDM scores in a search and destroy. Listen here, Bravado, hats off to you. You were definitely my MVP when it comes to this match.
Can we just book their flights? Just send them overseas, please, because I would love to see them compete on an international scale. I know it's still early to tell and to say sort of things, but the only way we're going to get better is if we play such teams. And I think PVD with the plays they did tonight, it just shows that they could learn so much over there and really put us on the map.
For sure. And gents, that is it. I actually just want to go through, before we end the stream, don't leave us just yet. Let's go through this whole VS Gaming bracket. This was the grand final. Yes, BVD beat EN 3-0, and it was a good 3-0 from them. That first hard point, 250 to 220. Bravado was back and forth in that hard point. It was a crazy hard point, but they, as I mentioned, Lithium was the difference maker in that search and destroy. They were 5-1 up, and it came down to around 11. Where Lithium again dropped TDM scores, and then we saw this control that was just perfectly played by Bravado Gaming. Energy Esports, listen here, hopefully they're listening. They need to go back. They need to get back into the grind. I think the last time they played was maybe Thursday, and if you're going into a grand final with 4 days or 3 days without any practice, that's definitely your own fault.
Definitely, they need to go back to the drawing board and just scrim it out and iron out their EN shirts just to try be at least on the level that BVD was tonight. They need to watch these streams again and just see what they did wrong, and then just try be better. That's all it is. The more you grind, the more it's going to show in the future, and eventually will come in clutch in big LAN situations such as the Rage LAN or EGE or even small Ace ones. It's still all show.
Yeah, indeed. So let's run through the bracket. Starting from the top with Bravado. Bravado faced off the first round against Cynics Esports and beat them 3-0. Then they faced off against Gamma, 3-0 them, and then faced off against the previous WRG team. That team was made out of Shaaki, Hypes, Trigger, Trexie, and Fanboys. They 3-0 them. And then obviously the grand final where we saw them 3-0 Energy Esports. So it was a clean sweep from Bravado, not dropping one map in this Elimination Cup. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0 to take the grand final. Now Energy Esports, a different sort of bracket they had. They had a fourth, or the first round, Supreme Gaming forfeited, and Energy Esports took the W there. Then Energy faced off against Vinco Gaming, took the 3-0 there, and then they faced off against a very, very good Evo team that now unfortunately has broken up. And they 3-1 them, and then to lose against Bravado in a 0-3 fashion that I don't think we'll see anytime soon again. But Bravado, hey, if you're playing like you are now, hey, the sky's the limit. Keep on grinding
Just
what you're
keep it up.
doing. Yeah, just keep on doing what you're doing. And to Inferno as an IGL, hats off to you. You're doing definitely the right things at the right time. And Lithium leading by example, hats off to you again. A clean sweep for Bravado in this grand final and in the Elimination Cup.
It's been such a pleasure to witness. Even though as sad as it was going 3-0, it was still great to just watch some great Call of Duty South African action, Delray. It's been quite an eventful evening, I must say.
Indeed so. And to everyone, or before I say goodbye, Jason, thanks for you again. Thanks for getting out of bed. I almost didn't cast it. We had some.
I was so tired. I was just like, wait, what's going on? And
well,
I
how
was
can
like,
you sleep after this?
oh.
How
No,
can...
I think I'm gonna go scrim now or something. Find some tins.
Indeed so. But gents, thanks very much. Jason, thank you to you and everyone in stream for the
Thank
VS
you.
Gaming Cup 1. If you've joined the stream throughout any part of this last month, hats off to you. Thanks very much for joining me. And Edgar, thanks for you as well, my previous co-caster. Thanks for always making yourself available. Shani, yesterday or the day before, thanks for you as well, lending a hand when it comes to casting. And then Jason, for you for ending it all for us. It was a supreme pleasure to have you here. It's going to be an extremely long season still. This is only the start, and Bravado looking hot.
Hey, I'm looking forward to the future, man. I just hope both these teams can just clutch up, or maybe, just maybe, that White Rabbit Gaming team could sneakily just grind it out and just become some overpowered team as they already look on paper. So, hey, let's not count out all the other teams that's striving to be in that top two situation.
Yeah, obviously not. They're grinding, and they want to take that top spot away from Bravado as it stands. Gents, everyone in chat, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this VS Gaming Cup 1 elimination. GG's to Bravado. They are our grand champions, grand final champions, I would say, in a 3-0 fashion. GG's to them, and that's it from us. Cheers.
Cheers.